So dear students, in this lecture we will cover the concept of pointers and dynamic memory allocation, how to create the objects dynamically by using the new keyword and delete keyword. So we will start with the pointers. Pointers are basically a very important concept in C language or C++ language. The concept is related with the memory and how to access that memory using the addresses of the memory. So we will start with with the understanding of computer memory, how the memory has been used in programs. For all the variable that we have declared in our program, each variable is assigned a memory slot. The amount of slot that is assigned, that depends upon the kind of data type. For example, if it is an integer type, then the system will allocate 2 bytes. If it is float data type, then system will allocate 4 bytes. For character data type, 1 byte will be allocated. So for every assignment or every declaration of a variable, each variable is assigned a memory slot and the variable data is stored there. For example, if we can consider memory as a linear array where we have a memory location that are starting from the 0 and goes up to maximum value. So the memory address start from 0 and goes up to some maximum value that depends upon the amount of amount of RAM that are installed on your system. So whenever I am talking about memory, basically we are talking about the RAM, so which is random access memory, and which is the primary memory which has been used whenever we execute a program. So for example, if I declare a variable integer a and assign a value 100 to it, what happened in memory is that some free location has been allocated. Free location has been found out by the system. Suppose that free location address is 1024, and this address is now in our computer program is known as a, and when I use assignment operator to provide some value at this particular location, then that value is stored as a content of that value, that memory location. So variable a's value is 100 and is stored at memory location 1024. So here we have two different kind of values. One is address of the location, another one is the value of the location. So value is stored within the memory, and every location has a address, that is 1024 in this case, and that address is named as a in our program. So this is how the system works in C language or C++ language. So a pointer, now coming to the pointer is what? It is just a variable. As we have declared all other variable, it is also a variable. Variable means its value can be changed. But how it is different from other variable? This is a variable that is used to store the address of a memory cell. So in other variable we are storing the value, but in the pointer kind of variable we are storing the address. So we can use the pointer to reference to this memory cell. For example, if we are declaring variable a as in previous case, and this is the value of that particular variable, and 1024 is the address of that particular variable a, then when we can declare a pointer. Pointer is another location in the memory, who has its own address, and the content of this location is basically the address. When we put this address into some location, then that location is known as a pointer. So now it is a pointer that is pointing to the variable a, pointing to the location that is pointed by 1024. So that is the pointer. So pointer is just a variable as all other variable. Its value can be changed. We can store different addresses at that particular location, and it store the address of a memory cell. In C++, it has a pointer types for each type of object. We can declare a pointer for integer objects. We can declare a pointer for character. Pointer for user defined objects can also be declared. Even we can declare a pointer to pointers. So pointer to some integer object or some character object. So any possibility is there. So you can go up to any level with the help of pointers. The declaration of pointer is very simple. Whenever you have to declare a pointer, you have to use the data type. followed by star, then space, then you can give any name to the pointer, that is pointer name. Or another syntax is you can use the data type, then space, then star, then followed by name of the pointer, which you can give any, where the type can be any data type. For example, it can be integer, character, double. So these are some examples of declaring a pointer. Integer, star n. So n is the name of variable, star is a star is asterisk sign that denotes that this is basically, this variable is not a normal variable, it is a pointer variable. Similarly, this is the name of the class, and you can create an variable that will be storing the address of some object. This is the pointer to pointer, how you will declare a pointer to pointer. Integer double star p. So first star p is the pointer variable, and the address of that is again stored in some location, then it is pointer to pointer. So we will cover this thing in detail also in the coming slides. So this is how you can create the pointers in a program. Then we have another operator that is called ampersand operator. This is also known as address of operator. That gives the address, memory address of a variable, because in the pointer we have to store the address, so we need some mechanism by which you can find out the address of some variable. So that mechanism is provided by address of operator. This is also called ampersand. So for example, if I proceed ampersand with some variable name, then this means instead of getting the value, I want to get the address of that particular variable. This is example. I have declared a variable a whose value is 100. If I print the value of cout a, that will print the value 100. But if instead of a I write ampersand a, that means I am talking about the address of variable a, and in this case it will print the value 1024. So by using ampersand sign, you can assess the address of the variable. Without ampersand sign, you will get the value of that particular variable. So getting address of variable is very simple. Now again coming to this one more example. I have declared two variables a and b. So in memory, memory allocation has been done for variable a and variable b. Suppose the address of variable a is 1020 and variable b is 1024. Now if I write this statement, a is equal to 88, this makes the value 80, this puts the value 88 at the location 1020. Similarly, b is equal to 100 means I am putting the value 100 at the location 1024. Now if I want to print the address, I have to use ampersand a. So if I use ampersand a, it will print the address 1020, and if I use ampersand b, then it will print the address 1024 in this case. So every location has a address in the memory. Whenever you declare a variable, that variable is allocated to some that name is allocated to some memory location, and by using ampersand operator you can get the address of any location. Then pointer variable can be assessed using star operator. Similarly, when you are declaring a pointer variable, that variable also has address, and you can get that address also. For example, in this example, I am creating same a variable. So a memory is allocated to variable a, and the value is 100 in this case. Now in the second line, I am creating a pointer variable of data type integer. So pointer star p tells the compiler that this is basically a pointer variable. P is the name of the pointer, and integer is data type. So data type tells the system that p can contain only the address of integer variable. So it cannot contain the address of character or float or any other variable. So data type decide what kind of address can p contain. So here it is integer, so this means p can contain only the address of integer variable. So because a is my integer variable, so I can store the address of a into p. So I can write ampersand a. So by ampersand a, I mean the address of a. So 1024, by this particular execution of this line, cause the value 1024 to be placed into a p variable. So system will try to find out a free memory location. Suppose that free memory location is 1032 and that memory location is now named as P, and when equal sign is executed, that means I am putting the address of a variable at this particular location. Now when I print the value of a, I have to use a, and ampersand a means I am printing the address of a. So in this case it will print the value 100 and 1024. But if I print the value of p and ampersand p, p means the content of p, so I am printing the content of p, which is basically 1024, and ampersand p means the address of that particular location, that means 1032. So as you can see, as we are handling the normal variable, in the similar way we can handle the pointer variable. So when you print the pointer, it will print the address that it contains, but when you print the variable, it will print the value of that particular variable. In case of pointer, the value is basically an address and the address will be printed. So that variable has its own address also. So value of pointer p is the address of variable a in this case, and the pointer is also a variable, so it has its own memory address. So you have to keep this thing in your mind, that the every pointer has its own address also. So that's why it is, you can create a pointer to pointer. So this is local declaration. For example, I can declare a variable a, then we can declare a pointer p. Star p means p is a pointer type variable, and which can store the address of integer variable. Double star means it is a pointer to pointer. So q is a pointer variable which is storing a pointer to which is storing further a pointer. So let's see one example. So suppose in the very first line a is equal to 58. So when I declare this, when this line is executed, first line, then in memory location, this is address of memory location, and that free memory location is now termed as a in my program. When I declare p, so another memory location that is free, that is termed as p now. And when I declare q, another memory location that is free, that is now termed as q variable. Now when the first line a is equal to 58 is executed, then 58 is placed as a value in the variable a. Now in p, I am storing the address of a. Now address of a can be find out using ampersand operator. So I write ampersand a. So that means 234560 has been placed in a variable p. Similarly, q is a ampersand p. So ampersand p is 287650, that is stored into the q. So q contains address that further contains address that contains the value. So q is called pointer to pointer. So now to assess this value 58, we have three different methods. If I write a, it will print 58. If I write star p, it will print 58. If I write star q, then it will print 58. Now as you can see, star has two different interpretation, two different uses. The first use is while declaring a variable. While declaring a variable, star inform the system, star tells the system that this variable is not a variable, but it is a pointer variable. But after that, when you use star, this means it is a dereferencing pointer. Now it is a dereferencing operator as opposed to address operator. Address operator tell us the address of the location, but dereferencing operator tell us to derefer the address. For example, star p means the content of the location that is pointed by p. So p is pointing the location 234560 and its content are 58. So the star p means the content of the location that is pointed by p. Double star q means the content of the location which is pointed by q. Further star means the content of that location which is pointed by p. So star q, it can be understand in a similar way. So you can go up to any level in this way. So in all the three cases, the output will be 58, 58, 58. So I am assessing the same value by three different means. So we have, by creating a pointer, we can assess the locations directly as well as indirectly. Now star is a dereferencing operator, as I have already told you that we can access the value stored in the variable pointed by using the dereferencing operator star. So here in this is example again, a is equal to 100, star p is equal to ampersand a. Here it is not acting as a dereferencing operator, but here it is just when declaring a variable and you are using star, you are telling the system that it is basically a pointer variable, it is not a normal variable. But when you use star later on, then it is acting as a dereferencing operator. So star has two uses, keep it in mind. You can find out the address using ampersand. So in this case it will print 100. Second line will print the address of a, that is 1024. Third line will print the value of p, which is again 1024, and star p means the content of the location which is contained in p. So p contain the location 1024 and the content of that location is 100. So star p will print the 100 value. Similarly ampersand p, when you print the ampersand p, that is I am talking about the address of p which is 1032, and it will print the value 1032. So I hope this is simple example clarifies your concept about the pointer and how to use it. So we have two operator in effect, that is one is ampersand operator and another one is star operator. Ampersand operator is used for finding out the address, whereas star operator has two uses. One is for declaring the pointer variable, another one is dereferencing a pointer. So this is another example. If you understand all these concepts, you may be able to understand this program. So I am declaring a variable value 1 and value 2, whose values are 5 and 15. So I have two locations, value 1 and value 2, and the values are 5 and 15. So this is my value 1 and this is value 2. So value 1 has its own address. Maybe it, suppose it is 111 and its address is 222. Address of value 2 is 222, and when you declare a variable p, now I am declaring two variable p1 and p2. Again in memory, we have declared two variable, one is p1 and another one is p2. Both are pointer type variable and both will contain a address of some integer variable. Because value 1 and value 2 both are integer variable, so I can store the address of value 1 and value 2 into the integer variable. So one contains 111, another contains 222. So by these two lines I am storing the address of these two variables. Now star p1 is equal to 10. This means star p1 means the location that is pointed by p1. So p1 is pointing to 111 and star p1 means the location, this one is equal to 10 means now this value is overwritten by the value 10. Similarly, star p2 is equal to star p1. Now I am transferring the value of p1 into variable p2. So star p1 means the value that is contained at location 111. Star p2, the value that is contained at location 222. So p2 is pointing to this location, so I am transferring this value to this location by using this statement. So here 15 is overwritten by 10. Now both locations contain value 10. Now in the third next statement, not third statement, but in the next statement, now look carefully, p1 is equal to p2. Now I am transferring this value into this location. So this is also becoming 2 2 2. That means this pointer is deleted and now this location is pointing to this address 222. So both the pointers are pointing to the same address by using this line, and star p1 is equal to 20 means the content of that location which is pointed by p1. Now p1 is pointing to 222, so the value here is changed to 20. Now at this time, if we will print the value of value 1 variable, then it will print 10 value, and if we are printing the value 2 variable, then it will print the 20 value. So as you can see, you can change the variable using the pointer. So if you try to print the value of p1 and p2, you will see p1 and p2, the answer is same for the both. It is 222 in both cases. So you can see, you will see the same address in both cases if you try to print the value of p1 and p2. So this is again very simple program that demonstrates the working of pointer. Now coming to next concept, that is the relationship between pointers and array. The pointers and arrays have a very good relationship, very interesting relationship, that the name of an array is basically a pointer. The name of an array points only to the first element, not the whole array. So if I am declaring an array with the name A, then A0 and A both are pointing to the same location. The name of an array is a pointer to its first element. Always remember, this is the relationship between pointers and arrays, that name of array is the pointer. So if I write, suppose these are the addresses 100, 1004, 8, 12 and 16 that are allocated to the location 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is simple program that you can verify the fact that the name of array is basically a pointer. So I declare a variable array A5 using 5 locations, and the address of a node can be printed by using ampersand sign. So if I write ampersand a node, and if I print the a only, then you can see both will print the same address. That means the address of first location and a both have same value. So a is basically a pointer. This verifies that a is a pointer that is pointing to your first location in the array. So what is the relationship between array and pointer? The relationship is that the name of the pointer is basically an array that is pointing to the first location of the array. Now this has very interesting inferences. You can dereference the array using the name. For example, if I am using a node to print a value, then I can also use star a, because star a means the content of the location which is pointed by a, because a is a pointer. So I can access this location in two different ways. For example, if I write star a and if I write a node, both will print the value 2 in this case. So because the first value is 2, so both will print the, so I have two different ways to access the location of the array. One is the index using index number, another one is by using the pointer. So because name of array is a pointer, you can access any location with the help of pointer also, or you can access any location with the help of index number also. To access an array, any pointer to the first element can be used instead of the name of the array. Now because name of the array contains the address, and which is basically the base address, you should not change that address in any way. If you change the base address of a pointer of an array, then you will not be able to access all the elements, because whenever we are writing a2, then internally it uses the address that is stored at location a to calculate the actual location. So never ever change the value of a in your program. Instead, you can declare another variable, another pointer type variable, and assign the value of a to that variable, and then you can use that variable to access the location. For example, in this simple case, I am declaring an array a5, and I am declaring another pointer p, and storing the address p contain the first location, address of first location of array a, because a is a pointer that contains the address. So by this statement I am transferring that address to the pointer, that address to the variable p. Now if I write a node, that will print the first location. If I write star p, that means the content of the location that is placed in a p, and p contain because first address, so it will also print the value 2. This also print the value 2. And if I write star a, this is also printing the value 2. Now I have three different ways to assess the variable of assess the values of any location of array. One is using index number, another one is using your a pointer, third one is using p pointer. So suggestion is that never use a pointer to assess the variable, but instead declare another variable, pointer variable, that is going to store the first address, and you can use that variable to assess the values of the array. So both a and p are the pointer to the same array. So you can also do this kind of task, that instead of writing a, you can assign it any other location also. For example, here I am assigning ampersand a1. So ampersand a1 is the address of second location. So address of second location is contained into p. So if I write p node, then this second location will be used. A node means the first location, p node means the second location, because a is pointing for a the first address is this one, for p the first address is this one. So you can assess the array now in number of ways, using index number using name a, using index number using name p. You can use negative index number also here. So a node and p minus 1, because this is p node and p, this location will be p minus 1. So a node and p minus 1 both are pointing to the same location. A1 and p node both are pointing to the same location. So you can create a number of ways to access the memory location using the pointers. Now to declare expression, to use a pointer in some expression, you can also use some constant values. You can use some operators with the pointer. Given that that an array values having three elements 4, 7 and 11, I can declare a pointer variable, and that can store the first address of this particular array. Now what is value pointer plus n? Now I am using plus operator, and n can be any value. It means address in value pointer plus n into scale factor. Now scale factor depends upon the data type. So it depends upon the data type that you have used to declare. So in this case the data type is integer. Because the data type is integer, so the scale factor will be 2. So it is basically the size of that particular data type multiplied by n. So whatever the value of n here is, that will be multiplied by the scale vector. Whatever the result here is, that will be added into the pointer variable. So for example, in this case value pointer plus 1, value pointer is the base address that is stored in this particular variable. Plus 1 means it will add the value 2 and it goes to the second location. Similarly, plus 2 means it goes to the third location. So star means you can star means the address of the location that is pointed by this particular expression. So after evaluating the expression, we will get a new address, and star means the content of that particular address. So be sure to use the parentheses in expression, otherwise your answer will be somewhat different. So if you are not using parentheses, then it will dereference first, then to the answer it will add 2. So that will produce the different answer. But if you want to increment the address, you have to use the parentheses. You have to write the expression in the parentheses. Now apart from plus operator, we can have other operators that can be used in pointer. One is unary increment and decrement operator, plus, minus, plus equal to, minus equal to, and one pointer can be subtracted from another pointer by using a subtraction operator, that is minus. So these are the operators, that only operators that can be used with arithmetic. The pointers that can be used with pointer arithmetic. Pointers cannot be multiplied, pointers cannot be divided. So this is one point to note, that pointer only can be added. Pointer, we can add some constant value to the pointer, we can subtract two pointers, and we can use equal operator with the pointer, but no other operator is allowed to use with pointer. We cannot multiply, we cannot divide two pointers. but we can compare the pointer. In the relational operator, only equal to or less than or more than can be used. Relational operator can be used with the pointer, but if you write pointer 1 equal to pointer 2, that will compare the addresses. But if you write star pointer 1 star pointer 2, that will compare the content of those locations. So take care of these things, that if you want to compare the content, you have to use the star operator, but if you want to compare the addresses, then you have to use the variable name without star. Then dereferencing array pointer, again one more example. Suppose we have this kind of array, then a plus n star, a plus n is identical to an. So you can access the array elements using the index number also, or you can access the array element by adding some n value to the base address, and then using the dereferencing operator star. For example, if this is a because a is pointing to the first location, then a plus 1 become the next address, a plus 2 become the next address, 3 and 4 similarly. In the similar way, you can calculate the next address by adding 1 2 3 4. So a node will be equal to a plus 0 star, a1 will be equal to a plus 1 star, a2 is equal to a plus 2 star. So you can access any array element either using index number or using dereferencing operator. Now it is again very important concept, array of pointers and pointer to array. Generally it is a two marks question in exam, that what is the difference between array of pointers and pointers to array. So array of pointer means we have a array whose every element is basically a pointer. Every location contains one pointer that is pointing to some memory location. For example, the first location of an array is a pointer that is pointing to a variable, second location is pointing to b variable, third location is pointing to c variable, and so on. So this is basically an array of pointers. So for example, I am declaring three variable a, b and c, and then I am declaring integer star p5. So this is declaring an array of 5 location, and star means star implied that every location is basically an address. Every location will contain some address of integer type of variable. So I can store the address using this statement. I can find out the address using ampersand, and p node is equal to ampersand a, p1 is equal to ampersand b, p2 is equal to ampersand c. So I am putting the addresses in these locations 0 1 and 2. So this is I am creating a array of pointers. On the other hand, a pointer to an array is a single variable that contains the address of the first value of the array. So for example, in that we have declared in previous case, if I have an array of values list 5, and I have another variable star p that can contain the address of some integer variable, and if I store the address of list into variable p, then I am creating a pointer to an array. So pointer to an array is basically a single variable that contains the address of some array. So this is the difference between array of pointers and pointer to an array, and it is a very simple difference, but it is confusing to the student, but the concept is very simple. So you must understand the difference, that array of pointer is basically array is an array that contains address in its every location, whereas pointer to an array is a single variable. It is not an array. Array can be of any type. It can be of integer, it can be of character, double, and when you store the address of array in some single variable, then it is a pointer to array. A special pointer that is called a null pointer is also defined, that indicates an empty pointer. Sometimes we need to declare a pointer, but we have not we don't want to assign any variable any value to this particular pointer, then we can use a null value. So integer star p is a pointer declaration, and if I write p is equal to 0, then it is a null pointer. I am creating p as a null pointer that contains no address. So if I print if I try to print the value of p, then it will print the 0, and if I try to print ampersand p, then it will print the address of p. But if I try star p, Now star p is a dereferencing operator, so it will try to find out the content of the address that is pointed by p, but because p does not contain any address, so this line execution cause an error. So this line execution will cause an error. So it is programmer's duty to initialize the pointer before using that pointer, otherwise your program will crash. Then again, important concept, pointers to constant and constant pointer. Again, a very important concept. Pointer to constant means it cannot change the value that is pointed at. So if a pointer, we are declaring a pointer that is pointing to some constant value, that if I am declaring a pointer that is pointing to some constant value means the value that cannot be changed. So that pointer cannot change the value that is pointed at. So this pointer cannot change the value, so we cannot write the statement like star p is equal to 10. So we cannot write this kind of statements, because p is pointing to a location which is basically a constant value, so you cannot change the value of the constant. So these kind of operations are not possible. Another statement is constant pointer. Constant pointer means address in pointer cannot change once the pointer is initialized. So we are creating a constant pointer itself, because constant pointer means the pointer cannot be changed. So if I am creating a pointer variable p and it contains address 111 during initialization, we can put the address during initialization only, and after that this address cannot be changed. We cannot write p is equal to ampersand m, where m is some another variable. So you cannot change the address once initialized. So that kind of pointers are called constant pointer. So again, it is very different concept, pointer to a constant and constant pointer. Pointer to constant means the pointer can be changed, but it cannot change the value of the location which it is pointing to. But in case of constant pointer, the value of pointer itself cannot be changed once initialized. So this is example. Let me first cover this particular thing, that how to declare pointer to constant. So this is how to declare a pointer to constant. Constant double star rates. So here asterisk indicate that rate is a pointer. This means that rate is a pointer, and this part indicates that this is what rates point to. So rates point to some constant variable. So it is a pointer to some constant. So when you have to declare a pointer to some constant, you have to use this particular syntax. The syntax is again very much clear, that first you have to use constant keyword, then you have to use the data type, then you will declare a pointer. So constant keyword, data type, pointer. So this part is what rates point to. Rate is a pointer that is pointing to some constant variable. This does not mean that rates is a constant. Rates variable value can be changed. So you can put different addresses in a rate variable. The value can be changed, but if it is pointing to some constant variable, then that constant value cannot be changed. Then on the other side, if you are using you have to declare a constant pointer, then the syntax is little bit different. To define the constant keyword adjacent to variable name, here we will write integer star constant variable name. So to now I am create a class pointer variable, which is basically a pointer type. Star indicate that it is a pointer type, and constant indicate that this pointer will be a constant pointer, its value cannot be changed. So this value should be initialized during the declaration of the pointer, otherwise after that you will not be able to change the address of that particular pointer. So I have declared a variable class size of integer type, and I am putting the address of that class size into a class pointer, and making this pointer constant means first we will use the data type, then star, then constant keyword will be in between star and my variable name. So then then we are declaring a constant pointer. whereas in this case constant is at the first location and nothing between the star and the name of the variable. So this is the difference between the syntax. One is declaring a pointer to the constant, another is we are declaring a constant pointer, and it must be initialized when defined. So while the address in the pointer cannot change, the data at the address may be changed in this case. So the definition syntax is again very simple. This is what pointer points to, and star constant is indicates that the pointer is a constant pointer. So this is the difference between these two syntax that you have to understand, and that is all about the pointers. If you have any doubt, you can ask me on WhatsApp or any on my site. You go through all these things, cover all the theory from the books also, and best of luck for this particular topic.